I think studying ecology was an excuse for me to explore the world. And given how big India is, I really enjoyed that exploration. There are server farms all over the world. And how it's going to change with AI? Everyone's predicting an increase, which means more computers, more servers, more cooling, more water, more footprint.
More sourcing.
More environmental impact,
Right.
more negative environmental
More
impact.
negative.
Yeah, so all of that is going to happen. Repellent gets stronger, mosquito adapts. Repellent gets stronger. So it's the same thing with detecting AI in assignments.
Hi everyone, welcome back to KreAItive Dialogues. Today's episode is a little risky because we are mixing AI and environment, which can either save humanity and probably is in the process of saving humanity, but at the same time is destroying too. So I am Anumit Lahiri, second year politics major, and I am here with Professor Bharath Sundaram, whose works are on understanding environment systems, sustainability, and probably knows exactly how doomed we are, but politely doesn't tell us. Professor, welcome.
No, I do tell everyone, don't you worry.
Okay. Professor, thank you for agreeing to this slightly unhinged, unfiltered conversations. Before we get technical, it's a personal question. What made you get into environmental sciences?
So I've always been interested in the environment.
Right.
But first, thank you for this opportunity to talk about AI in an unfiltered way. It's a nice way to start a conversation, I think, about AI. So my interest in environment were fairly, I think, to put it very bluntly, combination of opportunism, laziness, and the lack of any other option, plus a bit of passion.
Okay.
Right. So I've always been a city kid. I was always raised in the city. I'd never gone outside of a city for probably the first 18 years of my life. And I think studying ecology was an excuse for me to explore the world. And given how big India is, I really enjoyed that exploration. And it so turned out that it applied, or it appeared to me as a nice vocation.
Okay.
Something that I could make a living out of. That also was very, very interesting. So it was kind of gradual. But as I did my master's in ecology and then my PhD in conservation science and sustainability, my options also narrowed further and further. And luckily, those narrowing options did not result in any lack of any reduction in interest. So I'm very fortunate, I think, that the interest in ecology and the environmental studies has remained, but it's kind of evolved a bit.
Now let's get into the data and AI-centric questions, right?
Sure.
So, do you use AI for your work?
Do I use AI? That's a damn good question, actually, because one of the questions that I think about often is, what is AI? And I think maybe I'm not a person from the field at all, okay? So I don't have any computer science training. I don't have any AI knowledge to begin with. But I can tell you that my evolution as a scholar started in the post-Google era. So Google was created 26 years ago.
Yes.
And that's when I started using Google, without ever using it before, till then.
Okay.
So I was 20 when I started using Google, or no, 22 when I started using Google. Gone through my entire school and college education without it. And then started using it as a tool for my own research.
Okay. That's an interesting
Right.
take, yeah.
So I would like to think of what is AI through that lens. So if you look at AI as just as a superior Googling mechanism, AI is great.
Right.
Yeah? It's glorified Google, which is fantastic. It allows me to search for things I would never be able to do before. It allows me to do conditional searches, or what were then called in Google Boolean searches.
Boolean searches.
Right?
Yeah.
You could do a Boolean search in Google, give and if statements, all of that,
Yeah.
very conditional statements, and get what you wanted. If you look at natural languages now, where you don't need to give those Boolean searches and conditional searches that you used to do in Google, it's made life much easier. It's made searching for information much easier.
Correct.
But as I understand it from my computer science colleagues, that is not AI. Right? This is just a glorified
The
Google.
upper scale.
It's just like a refined search engine, which I think is what many of us are confusing for real AI, which, as I believe, it is not. AI is the creation of certain algorithms to smoothen workflows or to generate more knowledge.
Correct.
Using superior computation. Right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm still all for using computational power available to us for getting more insight on how the world is,
Okay.
to understand more about the world.
Okay.
I'm all for that.
So for you, it's more of a superior search engine. As
It's
simple as that.
it's superior computation.
Superior
so I have
computation.
access to variables that I didn't have access to before. I can probably give a command in a natural language interface, which does not require me to learn coding or computer science.
Yeah.
And therefore I will get more insight. But again, there's a rider there, you see, because I remember reading in my earlier computer science theory classes, which I took for fun, I remember long back. There's a concept in computer science called garbage in, garbage out.
Okay.
GIGO.
Okay.
So if you input garbage, you will get
garbage
garbage in
out.
return. Right? So in that sense, we are very worried about what you input into the system, and that's what you really need to worry about. If you ask a AI engine to show you pictures of flamingos with polka dot shoes, of course it will. But what value is that is something that you need to ask yourself.
Correct.
So in that sense, I would begin there. Then if you go to the second stage, which is to actually use an algorithm to do something, to generate new knowledge, what are you asking the AI to do? Are you asking the AI to ask the question, or are you asking the question of AI? Also matters. So I know a lot of people who are currently using AI to generate questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
In effect, they are basically subcontracting their thinking to AI. I'm not particularly sure that that's a good idea.
I also wanted to ask that people have been talking about climate issues for past 40 years. It has been quite some time, and like for the last 20 to in a span of 15 years, it's literally visible. Like the winters have changed, the summers have changed, right? So, and these are the people who hold PhDs, they're like learned literal people.
Correct.
And people are not listening to them.
Correct.
What do you think in the coming era, in the coming times, people would listen to datas and AI in a manner?
I don't know if they're not listening to a living human,
Yeah.
living, breathing human being. I'm not quite sure if AI can change
Anything.
But if you look at let's say popular culture, and the movie I'm thinking about right now is Blade Runner, where there is a certain separation between what is real and what is unreal,
Right.
and those lines fade very rapidly. We learn more about human nature from a machine than we do from other humans. Right? That's the Blade Runner story. A clone.
That's the irony.
Yeah, that's the irony of it, right? We learn more about what it is to be human
From the machine.
from a machine.
And this is what we are
And it's a
doing.
recurring, if you look at it, it's a recurring trope in cinema. We learn more about who we are from somebody who is not like us. So
Who's
in that-
pretending to be us.
not even, or maybe is mimicking us,
Mimicking.
or is a replicant of
Yeah.
us.
Correct.
To use Blade Runner language.
Correct.
Right. So if anything, today one would argue that it's becoming harder and harder to say what is human and what is not.
Not human.
Especially if you're in the virtual world.
Correct.
So,
Do
and
you-
I think that distinction is going to become harder and harder to make.
That's what I was going to ask.
It's
And
going to be very difficult.
how difficult do you find now to
As it is, it's
differentiate
difficult, right? As it is,
between-
it's difficult. So
You
look
find
at,
it difficult
yeah, look
when
at
it comes to your
look
assignment?
At, no, the assignment. No,
Yeah.
I was thinking about crazy cat videos on Instagram. Now there are plenty of crazy cat videos on Instagram which are real, right?
Okay.
But now the problem is there are so many more crazy cat videos that are AI generated.
Yeah.
And I, for the life of me, cannot differentiate
I found them
between
difficult
what is a real crazy cat
Correct.
and what is a real crazy AI cat.
Correct.
And I find that very
I
troubling.
go to the comments to check.
I find that very troubling. It's not a good place to be in at all.
Correct.
But assignments.
Assignments, yeah. Tell me about that.
So, okay. So my AI policy in class is that if again I'm going to use the language of Dune.
Okay.
And if you read what's his name, Frank Herbert's Dune, there's a long exposition about what happens when you allow machines to do your thinking for you. Right, in the Dune series, that's called the Butlerian Jihad, where you shall not allow a machine to play the role of human thought, right? So that's a no-no, a strict no-no. And this is after, in the universe of the book, a rise of the machines, where computers in the form of human beings took over decision making. So it's kind of very prescient in that sense, if you want to look at it that way. So the version I give my students is a kind of simplified version of this, saying that if you're here in university to learn, but you are using AI to do your assignments,
To do your thinking.
You have to think again. Right? I will leave it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're all mature individuals who should know the consequences of your actions. And you must think more about the consequences of subcontracting your thinking to an algorithm. That's what I leave them with.
Correct.
And I also tell them that I won't waste my time in figuring out whether what you wrote is AI or not. I will trust in your judgment and assume that you have written this on your own, and will grade it as such.
That's a nice take.
So that's my take on AI in the classroom, because it's in ecology and evolutionary biology, you learn about something called the evolutionary arms race.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you look at a mosquito which is responding to mosquito repellent, every generation of mosquito evolution will make it stronger against the existing repellent.
Correct.
So you make the repellent stronger the next time.
Okay.
Right? Then you'll start killing mosquitoes again, but then the mosquito will start evolving yet again. And responding to the higher dose of the same pesticide.
Correct.
And this arms race continues. So it's just like the evolutionary arms race between mosquitoes and mosquito repellent.
Right.
Repellent gets stronger, mosquito adapts. Mosquito adapts, repellent gets stronger. So it's the same thing with detecting AI in assignments.
Correct.
If I think I figured out how to detect it, the AI producers will become better.
A little better.
And then I will try to get better.
So it's a constant fight.
It's a constant evolutionary arms race, which I don't have the time or the energy or the inclination to get into.
Correct.
I have a better job to do in the classroom, which I'm very happy with, and I want to stick to that. Right?
Fair.
And you have to appeal to human nature, I think, about these things. I mean, I think the controls have to come, the controls on AI, which is probably in your question somewhere, should come from ethics and how human beings think about themselves in their place in society, in the world, in the universe, rather than putting a set of rules that nobody is going to care about and makes no sense. It has to come from within you to think about what are the implications of all of this.
So the fact that we went around asking that we are giving the very initial part, which is the thing, the very primary part to AI, do you think, like, even before making such decisions, like the fact that you said it should come from within, that also goes somehow, the co-dependency that I'm saying, there's another friend that we're creating, that imagination friend, an imaginary friend, which is AI.
Correct.
Do you think most of the times it goes to that, like?
So I'll give you two examples that I'm slightly more familiar with, right? That AI wants to be used for, or that we want to use AI for. One is for the automation of certain things in the legal space, right? And the second is for the automation of diagnosing medical images. So it turns out that let me talk about the medical imaging thing first. It turns out that MRI images or any medical imagery is tough to scan even for the professional.
Okay.
They've gotten used to doing it, and they do it regularly. But the quantum of medical imaging now being made available in the whole system, very large.
Okay.
Also turns out that AI can be trained to do this. So I don't know if we can use it for that. Clearly technology has an edge. These are technically a perfect test case, because a medical image is basically pixels. Pixels need to be recognized and scanned for patterns. Human eye can do it, but I'm sure a computer can do it much faster.
Much faster and better.
There have been results that said that the results from this are also pretty encouraging, in that error rates are low of the AI and so on. But look at the other example of training AI to look at case documents in the legal space. Right? Now, India has the highest pendency rate in the world within the legal system. We're simply not able to clear the backlog of pendency. Pending legal cases. Because the courts are understaffed, everyone's on a backlog.
Correct.
would you train AI to deal with this backlog? In which way would you do it? This is a question that I have more questions than I do answers. Okay. One basic question is that data has shown, again, results have shown that some algorithms merely replicate or mirror the biases that the developers of the algorithm have had.
Okay.
So, algorithms on, for example, financial ability of loan applicants in the US seem to have discriminated against black people and minorities. An algorithm. So, where did that bias come from?
Again,
clearly from the human being that created it, right?
Yeah.
So, somehow we are able to replicate in a very fascinating way the biases that are in a human brain and translated it into an AI system or a natural language system.
Moving next, what scares you more? Bad data or good data? Or what confident, good looking data basically?
Ooh, what is good data? That's a great question, right?
What is good
There
data?
is no bad data or good data.
Okay.
Everything is data.
Okay.
For me.
Everything is data.
Everything is data, right? You need a way to differentiate between signal and noise in data across fields. You need to figure out what is the real data you're looking for and what is noise.
Correct.
So in that sense, for me, there is no good data or bad data. There's only good methodology and bad methodology for collecting the data. Whatever biases you have for collecting your data, that will reflect itself in the data itself.
In the data itself.
So if your methodology is poor, obviously your data will be like crap.
Shit.
Yeah, it will be really bad. So there's no point in using that data for anything because, garbage in, garbage out.
Correct. Same policy.
Same policy.
Okay, that comes to the end of the questionnaire. I have some very rapid questions, rapid fire. So, climate change movie that annoys you most?
The Day After Tomorrow.
Okay. Optimistic or cautious about AI?
Very cautious,
Very-
ultra cautious.
Ultra cautious. Excel or Python?
R.
R. Field work or stimulation?
Fieldwork.
Okay.
Any day.
Okay. One thing students overestimates about AI?
The ability of it to mold their own mind and make them less human.
And one thing they underestimate?
Its capabilities as glorified Google.
Okay. Okay. And one habit every student should develop around.
Hey, no, I can't do that. That's a bit too much for me. I mean, so if anything, I've learned that it's very unfair to expect things out of other people that you can't expect out of yourself.
Correct.
So
Right.
let me not go there.
Okay. Yeah. I sometimes feel we don't need smarter AI. I think we need better patient humans to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess I sense some amount
Yeah.
of discomfort
Yeah.
around the line. So
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point actually. It's a very interesting point. So if you look at, so one impact of technology that I'm very interested in, for example, is the impact of social media on minds.
Okay.
So
Tell me
if
more about
you look at the data, it turns out that the insecurities that are magnified and projected and amplified by social media on groups of people, whichever demographic you take. They could be 18-year-olds, they could be 15-year-olds, they could be 21-year-olds, older people, whatever. The results seem to pretty much clearly indicate that social media is bad for you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's very clearly about that. And what it is also, if you look at the age of social media, it's also come at the age of the individual.
Right.
And the age of the individual largely is an isolated one, away from other members of society, where societal interactions are kept at a minimum at best,
Right.
or you're completely isolated at worst.
Correct.
Right? Now, if you plug in this aspect of what it can do to you,
Yeah.
if there's yet another thing that makes us more isolated from society, I would be extremely cautious about it.
Yeah, because we literally talked about how we are outsourcing the thinking. Like one more example that I can talk about, how we have outsourced from handwriting to keyboard, the shift, or
Correct.
like from typing.
Correct.
In a similar manner, I think we are getting more dependent day and day, and
On
it
it.
also comes with time and
Maybe
age.
not as much as a dependency, I would say.
Are you sure about
More of a, no, I would argue that it's more, so social structures are for me
Yeah.
are what determine environmental outcomes.
that? Yeah.
In a lot of ways, if you look at the literature out there from all across the world, it's not just environmental outcomes shaping society.
Yeah.
It's also society shaping environmental outcomes.
Society is shaping
it's a-
society. Yeah.
And society is shaping society. It's a
Yeah.
very bi-directional, interesting interaction.
Right.
Now, if you're now allowing AI to take out an entire side of that equation, we clearly need to be more cautious and aware of where we're going before going into it very blindly.
Correct, sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing this.
Awesome. Thank
It
you
was
so much for your
lovely-
presence.
It was
great.
lovely
Yeah.
meeting you. Lovely having this conversation, sir.